Alright. First of all, flimsy cups don't hate muse. Like, now we do think that their theatrics and maybe the sort of precious grandiosity have a little more in common with maybe old Scott Walker records and Bo Diddley or Elvis Presley, but we don't hate it. Got no beef with it. I mean, we wouldn't give somebody a dirty look for putting it on and like that. I mean, even if you don't get a lot of play around here, but we don't hate it. We don't hate the Manic Street Preachers either. Maybe that Paul Robeson thing. We really hate that one. But like Your Love Alone with that girl from the Cardigans or whatever, I mean, that's a great guitar pop song. I mean, even the atrocious production couldn't destroy that hook. It's idiot proof, kind of like Talk Dirty to Me by Poison. You know, we're not gonna let theatrics and bad production stand between us and a good song, man. We love music. Pretentiousness, man, we can make allowances for that too. We got a well-worn copy of Ocean Rain around here. Let's talk about Scott Walker. We just love music, man. That's all. I mean, we got no room for hate. Maybe Jimmy Buffett, Paul Simon, but I mean, for the most part, we love music, man. That's all. We don't hate it. I don't hate any of it. Maybe REO Speedway, YouTube. But, you know, for the most part, we try to appreciate a little bit of everything and find the good in it. And, you know, if y'all been reading, you know why this is coming up. Me and Adam, discussion about the Minutemen, he just don't care for it. I think he said it was too cool for school or something like that. Which, of course, goes beyond personal taste. We'll get to that in a minute. But, you know, he says, hey, look, fella, you like it, I don't, let's move on. You know? And he's right. I mean, there's nothing, I can't say anything about his personal taste. You can't question a person's taste. It's theirs. You know, I mean, can't argue with that. You know, but I mean, for one, it's kind of boring. I mean, you like it, I don't like it, let's move on, let's rock on. Nothing to talk about, man. You just missed an opportunity for a conversation. Boring. But second issue, I think, is maybe a little more important, and it's about aesthetics. I mean, is there a way, or is there a standard? Is there some sort of, I don't know, is there some sort of way that your judgment comes in to play? You know, is it, I mean, otherwise art's just kind of this sort of personal hobby. I mean, there is no audience in mind. It's just this esoteric pastime, like playing with a yo-yo or something. I mean, is there something, I mean, are we willing to just dismiss the whole idea that art serves a purpose beyond amusement of the artist? Is it just personal expression that you can take or leave? And there's no room for discussion, no room for judgment. And if that's the case, then we just kind of have to let art go. There is no aesthetic art. There's no high art in that regard. It's just people either like it or they don't. It serves no purpose. So that's the question we're left with, and it's not so much about Adam's hatred of rock and roll and the Minutemen, but it's just an aesthetic question. I mean, is there something to get at here? I mean, is there something to appreciate even in what you don't like? And if there is, then there must be some way, I guess, to judge that. Like when it comes to Muse. I mean, I don't hate Muse. I can see the appeal. I don't hate Bohemian Rhapsody, even if maybe, you know, I've never heard it again would be too soon. Why you would play that instead of Fat Bottom Girls, it's a mystery to me. Too cool for school, huh? like that fella that said something about the Fall, another band that for reasons that are beyond me, Martha, Adam, never mind the sister, just can't stand. And I don't understand that. But anyway, this fella from, I think he was from Sham 69 or something, he said, I've always liked Marky Smith, but I never could understand the Fall. You know, maybe I'm just stupid, or maybe I'm just being honest. Well, I mean, to somebody with an appreciation for hill country blues, R.L. Burnside, Junior Kimbrough, Oda Turner, I mean, that's insulting to me. Am I being dishonest? You know, when I'm hitting repeat on Jumper on the Line, I mean, that's ridiculous. And again, he's making some reference to judgment outside of just, I like it, you don't like it. I mean, he's accusing people that are enthusiastic about it of being dishonest. If they were honest, they would admit that they hate it too. In order for that to be the case, then there has to be some standard, some sort of way to judge whether it's possible to genuinely like this thing or not. So, even a lot of times when people are making pleas to have their own taste left alone, they're making judgments beyond their own personal preferences. So can we do that? Can we get to the bottom of it? I mean, can we, in regards to the Minutemen and listen, I'm not browbeating you about this. I mean, we're talking about a bigger point here. I don't want you to think I'm harassing you or anything, even though. I mean, is it fair to listen to the Minutemen, for instance, and just sort of dismiss the elements of country music, obviously blues and funk, just sort of dismiss it as this lark? I don't think so. I think you have to stop and appreciate where they fit into the lineage of rock and roll, actual rock and roll, not just punk rock or American hardcore or whatever. They're working within the sort of limits, the structure of rock and roll, and they're doing something that's genuine, it's sort of original, without being totally out of bounds. I mean, you have to have an appreciation for that, I think. I mean, it's real easy to get up and do something that nobody's ever done before. I mean, you know, can you work within the limits and create something that's original and fresh or whatever? So that has to be appreciated. And then the hooks are undeniable. Come on, Corona, give me a break. It's not some oddball song. It's not something. It's not. It doesn't take any effort at all. It's there. The hook is just. Give me a break, man. But anyway, I want to reiterate before I close this out. I am not harassing you. I'm just trying. I'm using our discussion as a jumping off point. That's all. We'll see. We'll see what kind of response I get from you on that. All right, well, let's talk about it. All right, 2 or 3 people that read this blog. Let's talk about it. Maybe even the sister can jump in and tell me why she loves Steely Dan. All right.